Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao hanggang sa iba't ibang dako ng mundo. Broad Stream Cast Communicators, ang sandigan ng sambayanan mula sa walang tapis at walang kulang na pagbabalita, paglilingkod, magdalaman ng mga mapagbuong komentaryo at usaping pambayan para sa kapakanan ng karamihan. Broad Stream Cast Communicators, tuwirang maglilingkod ngayon hanggang sa susunod na henerasyon.
I'm sorry.
Buhay Online, Chikahan at kasamang pangkabuhayan. Ating tunghayan, pakinggan at tuklasin ang mga pangyayari at kaganapan sa mundo ng online. Buhay Online, Chikahan at kaalamang pangkabuhayan. Alamin ang pinaka-latest trends mula sa trabaho at kung hanggang saan na ang narating ng teknolohiyang ito. At ngayon, narito na ang ating host, ang ating Techiemommy, si Jaye C. Bautista.
Hello. Happy Thursday morning. Sorry po late. As you can see po, I'm broadcasting from my phone dahil I was having a problem with my OBS again. Ayaw siyang mag-go live. Ayaw po niya kahit na it showed me that it was streaming. Ayaw pong mag-go live sa aking laptop. So I'm broadcasting from my phone again. Happy Thursday everyone. Maraming salamat for our regular broadcast viewers, and it's a sunny day out, medyo mainit but not quite actually, because I checked 26 degrees. Actually ngayon mainit kasi siguro nagkilos-kilos ako, na-late ako kasi because I walked to the bathroom and back. Nakakalakad na po ako from my seat to the bathroom by myself, unassisted po, except of course by a walker. Of course meron pa rin po akong walker, kailangan ko po yan kasi I will start my physical therapy with a therapist this week po, this weekend, kasi kailangan po, kasi alam niyo po ba yung total knee replacement surgery po, no? Sa mga nagtatanong sa akin, those who are asking, because they're gonna do it, they want to be allayed of their fears, they want to be we call this assured. Ano po yan kasi, from the time that you get the operation, okay, you have this 2-week window to recover or to move or mobilize your legs. Kasi po maninigas siya. Ang tawag doon contractures, whatever. Because yung po, no, kung saan po linagay yung titanium or yung prosthetic or yung dun sa loob ng ninyo, that has to move. That's why po the very next day of my surgery, my doctor, when he visited me, moved it a little bit. It was of course excruciatingly painful, and it still is, but you gotta move it. Kasi isipin na lang, habang gumagaling yon, yung magat, nagsiset siya dun sa yung titanium dun sa muscle. So kung hindi mo siya i-flex, maninigas lang siyang ganun. So parang baliwala your operation. That's why you have about 2 weeks to start moving it and start walking with it. Sabi nga ng doktor ko, that my recovery depends on me. The way I can, kung paano ko kayanin at to make it possible na gawin. Well, kinakaya naman po. On the 5th day of my being home po, ayan, maglalakad na po ako mag-isa, going towards the bathroom or to the dining table, to the walker. It's still painful. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. It's still painful, kaya lang nag-subside na yung maga. Nagkulubot na nga yung aking stapler and all. Gusto niyo bang makita? Sandali. Andalin ko tong telepono, kasi telepono. Ayan. Tada! Ayan, oh. There's the staple. Tada! Medyo maga pa rin. Okay? Pero, nalalakad ko na. Nagagalaw ko na. Kasi, they said kasi, from 3 weeks, kailangan 90 degrees ko nang na-flex yung aking knee. Ngayon, little increments, whatever. na nabibend-bend ko na medyo. Pero, yun nga, baby steps dati, ngayon naman, medyo toddler steps na ako. But, it's getting there, it's getting there. Thank you so much. So, yun pa. So, gusto mga, and of course, they said, of course, when this thing heals, and it depends on me, I will start to walk again normally. So, after 5 years of walking with a cane, I will not need a cane anymore. Right? Pero sabi nga nila, pag travel daw, kailangan mo inform, kailangan ka meron parang note to the airport that you have metal things inside your body, whether it's an arm or a leg, kasi tutunog yun, di ba? Sabihin na dala kang kontrabando, titanium. But anyway, so yeah. So yun yung mga yun. So, that was about my leg and my recovery. That's development. Okay? So anyway, the first order of the day po. Okay? Let's find out what's happening. Talaga, at least bumuti-buti na. Okay, the Department of Tourism hopes to accept all foreign travelers by April. Okay, very good. This is fresh from the news today, from Inquirer po, no? Hi there, Angelica. Thank you so much, Angelica. Okay, I hope so too. And I will do it talaga. Talagang, para wag masayang tong nagawa na to sa paa ko. I will make every effort to get better and be fit, no? Very good. Siyempre kasama lang dyan yung paglulose weight. Anyway, so yun na nga. So the Department of Tourism, or the DOT, hopes to accept all foreign travelers by April. Okay? The Department of Tourism is hoping, currently kasi the country is only accepting travelers from 157 visa-free countries. Okay, ano ba yung galaw-galaw? Okay? Ngayon pa lang, tinatanggap pa lang ay from 157 visa-free countries. Right now, it's only for 157 visa-free countries, but we are hoping, sabi nila, that by April, we will be open to all foreigners from all over the world, okay? Tourism Secretary Bernadette Romulo Puyat said in an ABS-CBN News Channel's Head Start interview last Thursday, okay? Since the country's borders were reopened on February 10, the DOT has recorded a total of 73,178 tourist arrivals in the country, okay? Puyat noted that the number is lower compared to pre-pandemic levels, but they were surprised with the figure, okay? From February 10 to March 8, okay, 2 days ago, we recorded a total of 73,178 tourist arrivals. So, mainly, they're coming from the United States, Canada, Korea, Australia, and Japan, and Germany, and Vietnam. Okay, it's not big compared to the pre-pandemic levels, because pre-pandemic levels we had about 8.28 million tourist arrivals for the whole year. But we were pleasantly surprised with the numbers. Itong sinabi ni Ms. Bernadette Romulo Puyat, no? The tourism chief said more tourists are expected by June, during the summer breaks of school children, and during the winter months. Fully vaccinated tourists from 157 visa-free countries must be fully vaccinated. Sinabi na nga fully vaccinated, paulit-ulit. Must be vaccinated against COVID-19 and must present a negative reverse transcription polymerase chain, or PCR reaction, taken within 48 hours before departure from the country of origin. Alright? Okay. So, yun po ang balita doon. Very good. So, ayun na pong ating iniisip na sana, hopeful na by April, ay normal na po ang ating tourism. Okay? Ano nangyari dyan? What did I do? What did I do? Na-obliterate. Okay? Ano pa ang ating mga masasabi tungkol sa Philippines muna, no? Before we go anywhere else. Okay. More news on the Philippines. Well, not much to say because it's election, panay election. Yun naman ang maganda dyan tungkol sa travel ang palaging what's interesting because the Philippines is really a tourist destination, if I may say so myself, right? Ano ba nangyari dito at naging malaki yung ano ko? There you go. Thank you. Anyway, so, alright, ihaharap ko to para makita niyo. Where's my... What is happening? Okay, so yeah. News around the globe first, okay. Converge hit by security breach. Okay? As of today, galing to sa Philippine Star Global. Manila Internet Service Provider Converge, okay, has reported that it was hit by a security breach, although it said that it has no evidence that personal information of its subscribers had been misused. Ayan, di ba? Dapat tayong mag-ingat sa mga ganyan dahil, di ba, yung mga social media sites nga, they're now being looked upon because of using information daw of their subscribers. As I was saying, okay, since the discovery of hold on please, pasensya na po, nahilo na kayo sa akin. Kung dito na lang kaya natin lagay. Kaya I'll just put it, ayusin ko lang po. Kasi po ang ginagamit ko ay aking cellphone. Broadcast, ayan, alright, okay. So as I was saying, ano yan, I'd like to welcome our viewers. Pasensya na kayo po. Ang gulo-gulo ng kamay ko dito sa ginagawa ko. But anyway, as the lack of family, since the discovery of this event, yung tungkol sa breach ng Converge, okay, we together with our accredited third-party developer have implemented additional validation in the system to address the security breach. Ito pong ginagawang measure ng Converge, okay? And to strengthen the Go Fiber app security. By doing so, users of the Go Fiber app are assured that only they can retrieve account information linked to their registered account. Kasi po, yung Converge, na-cite for security breach, okay? In an email to a subscriber seen by PhilippineStar.com, Converge said personal information, which may include birth date, full name, maiden name of their mother, mobile number, email, service address, province, and municipality registered in its system were involved in a security breach in the customer dashboard of its Go Fiber application. The listed ISP said it has confirmed the breach on March 4, okay, and is continuing to analyze the data being provided. The National Privacy Commission told PhilippineStar.com that the ISP reported the incident on the same day and is now under evaluation by its compliance and monitoring team. Okay? Since the discovery of this event, sinabi ng Converge, sila daw po ay, together with their accredited third-party developer, have implemented additional validation in the system to address the security breach. Okay? We wish to assure you that the personal information of our customers are always protected with confidentiality, security measures are in place, and your passwords remain intact and secure. Of course, Converge is a call center-based business, po, one of the biggest and largest here in the Philippines, servicing a lot of companies all over the world. Converge did not mention how many subscribers were affected by the breach, but recommended that those affected should not provide personal or financial information to anyone who may contact them using their personal information claiming to be a representative of the ISP. Converge saw a boom in customers throughout the pandemic as Filipinos started working from home. It is said that as of the end of 2020, its domestic network spanned over 55,000 kilometers, covering 300 cities and municipalities across Luzon and reaching around 6.5 million homes. Okay? So, ayan po, no? Ayan po ang news tungkol sa Converge at sa kanilang ang nangyari sa kanilang recent security breach daw na sinasabi. Okay? Tapos, di ba, pinag-uusapan pa rin po yung inclusion in service contracting. Jeepney Group agrees to set aside call for a fair strike. Ayan, nagsa-strike yung mga jeepney ito sa Pilipinas. Bakit? Kasi nga, transport groups have suspended their calls for a fair hike to offset the effects of the fuel crisis brought on by the Russia-Ukraine war. Tumaas kasing gasolina, saying they will forgo higher fares to help commuters, yung mga commuters, pasaheros po natin. This comes after a number of groups that filed the original petitions before the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board said that they requested a meeting with the Transportation Secretary Arthur Tugade. Sabi nila in an interview aired over ANC's rundown earlier Thursday morning, Pasang Mazda President Obet Martin said that the national government will instead double the fuel subsidy to 5 billion, while traditional public utility jeepneys would officially be included in the service contracting program of the Department of Transportation. Okay. Traditional jeeps were included in the service. Okay. Contracting the free rides that will start next week or the other week. So magbibigay po ng free rides. This is a big help to drivers, he said in Filipino. Okay? Tugade appealed for us not to raise our fares. It will affect our recovery from the coronavirus. We agreed to park our call for a pay hike. As a result, jeepney drivers will now receive 13,000 pesos in fuel subsidy from 6,500. Malaking bagay. Malaking bagay talaga. So it's like double, right? Double the subsidy. The fuel, very good. Pasang Mazda is among the transport groups that have supported the PUV or the Public Utility Vehicles Modernization Program that would replace traditional jeeps with safer and more environmentally friendly vans and minibuses. Some transport groups like pinagkaisang samahan ng mga chopper at operators nationwide, or piston as an acronym, have opposed the phase out of the jeepney, saying the proposed replacements are too expensive for small operators. Ako naman personally, my take, hindi naman po natin dapat alisin yung mga jeep. Kasama na po yan sa ating kultura, right? And a lot of tourists love it because we have those jeeps. So wag naman tanggalin kasi naman talaga yung mga ipinapalit, ang mahal-mahal, hindi ma-afford ng normal jeepney driver yan. But papahulugan pero hanggang kailan mo babayaran, right? But transport groups have long said that the service contracting program was only accessible to drivers and operators who have already bought into the PUV modernization program. Martin on Thursday said that the inclusion of traditional jeepneys in the program would make all the difference. Okay? Ang 5 pisong fare increase ang hinihingi. Pasang Mazda was among the groups that urged a 5 peso increase on the minimum fare, which would result in an adjustment in the current fare from 9 pesos to 14 pesos, or an increase of 55%. They also asked for a provisional increase of 1 peso, or an increase of 11%, while the board is hearing their main petition. So habang hindi pa na-approve yun, kung pwede man lang kahit piso daw dagdagan. O, kasi nagmahal ang gas. Dapat lang naman. Transport groups One Utak and Pasang Mazda pointed out that the price of diesel in Metro Manila stands at 54 pesos and 37 cents, or a 42.7% increase at the pump. The group said that this results in an additional 16.27 per liter expense to operate the public utility jeepney. Operators are now operating at a loss and drivers are earning well below the minimum wage. It is unfair, unjust, and illegal to continue with this fare rate. Ito, di ba? Talaga namang unfair, di ba? It is added that the LTFRB only considered the price of fuel in its formula for fare adjustment amid the fuel crisis despite the cost of operations and maintenance also going up. Pero talaga naman nga, di ba? Lahat nagmamahal. So, dapat naman nating intindihin talaga na kailangan yun increase because we have to help everybody. Hindi lang kailangan talaga in every aspect. Okay? Alright. Now let's look at the world of business naman here in the Philippines, okay? How is the Filipino food enterprise thriving despite this pandemic, diba? A lot of stores closed, a lot of companies closed, a lot of businesses closed. My own sister alone, they own Tokyo Tempura. They closed 200 franchises last 2.5 years. But they have now opened more than 200 branches through the years trickling po, pero it was getting there. I think more than 200 na nagbukas from the pandemic. But ayan po, kumustahin po natin, right? How Filipino food enterprises thrive despite this pandemic. Food businesses have been more popular than ever since the pandemic hit. As we've all been staying at home, we're more inclined to try new dishes and desserts that we can easily order from our abode. Totoo naman yan. I am guilty for that thing. Kami dito sa bahay po. Kung ano-ano na lang in-order namin kasi ang dami-dami mong mapipili. You become more adventurous with food because ayaw mo lumabas. Some of the successful food entrepreneurs that have risen these trying times share their inspiring stories on how they've grown their business despite challenges brought about by lockdown and safety restrictions. Sana nakakuha ko ng video. But anyway, ito po, unang-una na yung sweet tea. As in tea. Ano ba? Usong tea milk. Sweet tea. Sweet Tea is a milk tea shop founded by Charlene Francisco C. and her husband in 2019. They have expanded from 1 to 18 stores in a span of 2 years, thanks in part to its success in food delivery, marketplace, and Food Panda. We are one of the few stores that are open at the time and we are overwhelmed with orders from Food Panda. Talaga naman, ang Food Panda is our friend. Tsaka Grab Food. Pero more Food Panda, grabe. Lumakas masyado ngayon ang negosyo ng Food Panda. Kasi na, kailangan ko pong itaas yung paa ko. Hinahanap ko lang yung aking, Noy, help. Okay, thank you. Hingi na ako ng tulong kay John Henry. Yung Celia, please, because I just need to raise my leg. Nasa ilalim. Okay. Oops. Thank you very much. Thank you. Salamat. Okay, very good. Alright, so, ayun, yung sweetie po. Na-overwhelmed daw yung may-ari, si Miss Charlene C. kasi I helped grow the business in such a short period of time, yung pag-order online in this pandemic, okay? Charlene said, who juggles her role as business owner at siya na rin ang IT consultant ng kanilang company. Kasi IT siya. Pardon me please if I'm moving around because I really can't keep still and sit in one place. Kailangan ko po kasing i-flex yung aking operadang paa, no? Because I need to move it from straight to bend, para po siya mag-flex. Anyway, thank you. So, apart from the visibility, sinabi ni Ms. Charlene C., she also likes that the Food Panda merchant app helps her see crucial data that enables her to decide and to properly manage her business. Meron palang analytics na binibigay ang Food Panda. The brand is also supportive in executing her marketing strategies. She said she plans to grow and have a sweet tea in every city. Okay, all right. Ano pa, yung Big's Diner, B-I-G-G-S Diner. Another food business success is Big's Diner, founded by Carlo Buenflor's mother and partners in 1983 in Bicol. Okay, Big's Diner was the answer to the needs of Bicol for Western food. Armed with a strong vision, despite personal setbacks, the partners took out a bank loan to get started, and here they are right now. 38 years later, Carlo leads the company's tenured employees while training staff to support them and give them all the resources needed in achieving their goals. Naalala ko yung Bigs when I used to have a project in Naga, Bicol area. I lived there for about 3 to 5 months working on my projects, which included the Pinoy Big Brother, pagka-casting and all that. Nasa events pa ako noon and events and logistics, no? It was pretty cool. Kumain na ako sa Bix Diner, masarap talaga. After signing with Foodpanda in 2020, Carlo felt the brand was able to address issues and challenges they've been facing as a company in a swift, outright manner. Our partnership with Foodpanda augmented our sales significantly during the pandemic, said Carlo. Okay? Eventually, we would like to have a significant presence in bigger cities such as Metro Manila. Tama! Punta kayo dito Cebu and Davao, but our brand strongly appeals to smaller provincial key cities as well. Ang isa pang company po na in this pandemic is Rib Shack. Okay? Ang Rib Shack started at a food court in downtown Bacolod City in 2012. The founders had to work hard for a stable space for 3 years. But now they're present in kiosks, weekend festivals, and malls. Okay? Rib Shack joined Foodpanda in 2020 and currently has 17 branches open on the app. Due to the dining restrictions during the pandemic, Foodpanda has helped maintain our presence, especially for the customers who can't go out or dine in. Itong sinabi ni Adrian Alagao, Rib Shack's head of operations. By tapping into the customer base of Foodpanda, we can readily expand to those customers who might have otherwise not seen or visited our restaurant. Okay? For future plan, Adrian hopes to expand to more areas in the Philippines. This also includes continuing the company's food delivery partnership with Foodpanda to reach more locations. Okay, ano pang isang pagkain na sikat ngayon? Alright. It is Brood Buddies. Brood, as in like brewed coffee. The Brood Buddies. I guess this is coffee or beer. Kasi what can you brew? You can brew beer, you can brew coffee. Let's find out. Brood Buddies. The global pandemic may have had a generally bad impact on everyone, but it has also pushed us to try to be resourceful in developing new financial opportunities for people, right? The entrepreneurs behind the Brood Buddies concept know this all too well. After all, they're some of the blessed ones who now have an inspiring success story to tell after overcoming challenges of building a business amidst the pandemic. The Brood Buddies is a homegrown coffee and tea concept shop that opened its first physical store at SM San Mateo on November 1, 2020, while in the midst of the community quarantine restrictions. This is a bold move by its 5 partners who pursued their dream of owning a business. On March 30, 2019, 2 of the partners, John Daliwan, Operations Director, and Zach Corona, President and Chief Executive Officer, attended a franchise expo at SMX Convention Center in Manila in search of a potential franchise concept to invest in. The group got together 2 months later, and while having lunch at Conrad, Manila, they decided to start a business with an originally conceived concept instead. Pulling together their expertise across different industries of food and beverage plant operations, supply chain, and finance, the young professionals decided on venturing into a business based on an interest that they all shared, coffee and tea beverages. Although the idea was born in 2019, it was challenging to start materializing it amidst lockdowns. The business concept is based on their own personal preferences and experiences with their favorite beverages. We felt that we didn't want to be just another coffee shop or tea shop. We wanted to find our own niche in a sea of brands already existing in the market. That's why we thought of offering naturally brewed coffee and tea-based beverages in a cup that is meant for sharing. This is how the members in our group tend to share their drinks and also enjoy individually, said John Daliwan, Operations Director of Brood Buddies. The group decided to open at SM Malls, presenting their concept at the management of SM City San Mateo in January 2020. Through a series of deliberations and a thorough screening of the brand, they were approved to set up across all SM malls nationwide. Alright, that's good. Initially, we were given an award notice to operate on May 1, 2020. However, we were forced to move are opening to a tentative date when the pandemic happened in March, diba? So, ito yan. So, ngayon yan, isa sa mga yan na isa pang so, yun. So, yun ang mga companies that what do you call this? Gumanda ang ang takbo ng negosyo, right? Ito sa pandemic na ito. In connection to that, in lifestyle business, actor Nico Locco or LOCCO to launch own Italian cafe in the Philippines. Nag-launch na nga siya actually. Actor Nico Locco became a restaurateur by the end of the year. Okay? Kasi gusto niya magbukas ng Italian cafe niya called Cafe Loco. Being based in the Philippines for the past 5 years, the Italian-born actor Nico has become comfortable speaking Filipino. Okay, let me show you his face na. Ito siya. Tara! Yes. So, being based in the Philippines, he's very comfortable in speaking Tagalog, Filipino. In an accented tone, ha? He signed a contract as one of the Vine Aesthetics new endorsers recently, and he answered the questions in the press con in an accented Filipino accent. Well, I mean, Pinoy siyang accent. Okay, the award-winning actor shared that he just bought a condo. He bought a condo sa Bonifacio High Street, and he also tapped a Filipino investor as his partner for his cafe. Ang kanyang pong cafe, ang pangalan po ay Cafe Loco. Okay? Nico loves coffee, saying it's a big part of his life. In fact, the 27-year-old actor mentioned he owes career and personal life to coffee. Without coffee, he explained he can't stay mentally sharp for socializing with friends and conducting business meetings. Okay, all right. Okay. More news naman around the globe. Okay. Okay, let's talk about Tinder. Alright? Recently po, meron Tinder stories na sa Netflix na nangyari tungkol sa mga romance scammers. Totoo po yun. Totoong nangyayari. You know, it almost happened to me because I'm always online monitoring date sites, monitoring any kind of sites that has relevance to social media because that's part of my work that I do. Okay? I'm a digital marketing specialist also, aside from being a journalist and a copywriter. That's why it's very important for me to know the latest trends also on social media apps, including date apps. Okay? So, ang balita, Tinder lets users run background checks before dating. Tama lang, di ba? Kasi nga, kung panoodin nyo sa Netflix yung Tinder stories, makikita nyo kung bakit kailangan talaga magpa-background check ang mga taong sumasali dyan sa Tinder. Okay? Tinder lets users run background checks before dates. Okay? Fresh from the news, okay, abroad, in France, Washington pala, dating app Tinder will give US users a way to check if potential dates have been convicted of a violent crime, a check that experts warn has limitations. Bakit US lang? Ang scamming naman all over the world, ha? The app's parent firm Match Group announced on Wednesday it would begin offering access to Garbo, a new US online background check platform that can show if someone has a history of violence or crime. Okay? After navigating to Garbo through the Tinder app, okay, users then enter the name, phone number, or other details about a potential date to check for arrests, convictions, and sex offender registry information. Okay? Dating apps, including Tinder, have been pressured to take action after women have reported they were sexually assaulted by men they connected with via the platforms. Hello there, Miss Cynthia Buste. I've missed you. Long time no see. Thank you for the stars and the love and the care. Thank you so much for all those sending stars and sending hearts. We all truly appreciate it. Okay? Alright? So after navigating to Garbo through the Tinder app, users then enter the name, phone number, or other details about a potential date to check for arrests, convictions, and sex offender registry information. Dating apps including Tinder, ano ba yun? Have been pressured to take action after women have reported they were sexually assaulted by men they connected with this via these platforms. Hindi naman malayong mangyari yun eh. As I said sa mga caveat emptor ko regarding online dating and dealing with the internet, diba? Importante talaga na you know who you're talking to. Although, when you chat online talaga, that is their prerogative eh. That is the one reason why people chat. Because nahiyain sila sa totoong buhay. Ayaw nilang pakilala because, yun na nga, in real life, they can't do it. So, just beware na lang po tayo, okay? This is just the first step in delivering our mission to help proactively prevent harm in the digital age. Garbo founder Catherine Cosmida said in a statement, Match said up to 500,000 free Garbo searches would be made available, and thereafter a check would cost $2.50 plus a processing fee. Mahal naman. Search results exclude certain offenses like drug possession, okay? Loitering or vagrancy, and do not provide personal details like home addresses and phone numbers, okay? So, it will not provide you kung sino yung sinistalk mo ng address ng phone number nila. The firm in a Globe post said, the service is intended to prevent violence by offering information, but noted, excuse me, please quiet on the set. Okay? Nagsishow po tayo at maingay dito sa aming kusina. Anyway, thank you. Most violent individuals never interact with the criminal justice system, and Garbo does not have access to all records across the United States due to jurisdictional challenges. Sexual violence researcher Nicole Bedera told AFP sexual assault is frequently not reported to authorities, and documented cases face barriers in the justice system, especially nga domestic violence and all. Yung iba hindi na nare-report. So, hindi mo siya makikita. It's a very under-prosecuted crime. And even when cases do move to the criminal justice system, regardless of what country you're in, you're going to see a low conviction rate. Yun na nga eh. Yung mga nakakalabas rin. Sarah Lageson, an associate professor at the Rutgers School of Criminal Justice, pointed to the incompleteness of criminal record information as well as their racial bias. Many white sexual predators do not have a criminal record, and many black people have a misleading or unfair one. Diba? Garbo, for its part, pointed to the reality and risks of the current time. In today's digital age, we're connecting with more and more strangers than ever before. Yet, we increasingly know less and less about who we're meeting. What if we could proactively prevent some of the harm against ourselves with more information, right? So I think this is timely to have this kind of an app, right, for Tinder, because it runs a background checks before you go dating. Okay, tama. Anyway, yun po. Nangangawit na po ang aking paa. Bababa ko lang sandali. Thank you very much. Because I need to move it. Alright, thank you. Thank you for the stars. I'd like to thank again po yung mga tumulong po sa akin. The help keeps coming because thank you for your love gifts from George and Jenny Winicki of Potato Corner fame and By the Bucket and now Tokyo Tempura at saka yung Kali Negosyo. Ito pong tandem na mag-asawa nito ay nagbibigay ng tulong sa mga homegrown producers ng mga products na pwedeng gawing commodity or tinda. Excuse me, Anoy, can you please open the window? Kaya pa na mainit na kasara ang ating bintana. Anyway. Okay, some more news around the globe. Okay. Umiinit na ang panahon. Okay, let's talk about, bukas na lang yan kasi hindi ko mapakita yung graphics eh. Kailangan may graphics tayo para doon sa ibang klase ng news. cover na po natin yung no? Pagta-travel. Okay, let's talk about, kasi nga, in connection kasi pa rin to women, kasi women, International Women's, isang araw. There are some, okay, we'll talk about women. There are some illnesses that are undiagnosed for women, okay? Probably just hormones, sinabi nitong article na to, pero let's talk about this. Helen McLaughlin says she was suffering so much that she would burn herself with a hot bottle. Oh my gosh. Just because that was a nicer pain than the one that she was in. Okay? But when her medical scans kept coming back clear, ito po ang kanyang naging sakit na hindi malaman-laman kung ano. The doctors in London made her feel like there's nothing wrong with her. It's in your head. Okay? Kaso nga, yung pain niya is real. Okay? Her story will be familiar to millions because the disease plaguing her, endometriosis, is suffered by 1 in 10 women. Worldwide po. Lahat po ng babae nagkakaroon ng ganito. 1 is to 10. 1 out of every 10 women have endometriosis. But endometriosis is so under-researched and often takes so long to be properly diagnosed that it has become to symbolize how illnesses that only affect women have long been ignored by a historically male-focused medical establishment. Bakit, di ba? Ano ba yan? Gender equality na tayo. Lahat na basta sakit, kailangan ng iaralin. Whether it's for pang babae, pang lalaki, pang LGBTQ, it doesn't matter, right? Aralin na basta sakit. McLaughlin was 16 when she had her first symptoms of endometriosis, where the tissue that normally lines the side of the uterus instead grows on the outside. Okay? When she told her GP or general practitioner in Britain that she was having her period every other week, he prescribed her the pill. When she was 25, nearly a decade after the first misdiagnosis, she started getting increasing pain after her period, a quite intense pulling feeling in my tummy. A year later, it had spread to her legs and she was in pain 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I had difficulty in walking in and out of hospitals. I couldn't work. I was put on 25 tablets a day just for pain management. So ano nga itong sakit niya? Hindi nila malaman, okay? Change only came when a friend of hers said they had heard of another person with similar symptoms who had endometriosis, okay? What is endometriosis, okay? Kasi nung minention ni McLaughlin sa ospital na endometriosis, they were really dismissive and said she was again discharged and given just painkillers. I ended up writing a 3-page letter to the general surgeon just begging him for the surgery to search for endometriosis, which neither scans nor blood tests can conclusively detect. Hindi po ma-detect ito ng scanner or blood test. Okay? Now, McLaughlin is now 37 and living in London. She said, for International Women's Day, she can't be seen as this, to use the stereotype, pink sparkly day. It's a day that needs to be taken seriously dahil pink sparkly yan tawag. Ano ba yan? Pink sparkly day po ang tawag na sa International Women's Day celebration nila. Because there is so much more that affects women that just isn't addressed in the world. So, ayan po yung call to action niya para sa mga male employers or colleagues. It's a day that needs to be taken seriously because there is so much that affects women that just isn't addressed in the male world. Totoo naman. A 2020 British parliamentary report found that women with endometriosis waited an average of 8 years for a diagnosis, despite more than half seeing the doctor over 10 times with symptoms. Okay? A 2019 analysis of studies in the US showed it is even more difficult for women of color to get diagnosed with endometriosis. I wonder why, okay? British feminist cultural historian Eleanor Cleghorn has a similar story to McLaughlin. When pain gripped her from hip to ankle, ako, I call that rheuma or sciatica. Normal na sa akin yung pain na ganyan. Her family GP said he couldn't see anything wrong with her. speculating it was just gout. Oh my God. Might I ask if an attractive young woman such as yourself might be pregnant? The doctor said to Cleghorn, according to her 2021 book, Unwell Women, Misdiagnosis and Myth in a Man-Made World. Women informed that she was on the pill. The doctor concluded it's probably just your hormones. Okay? After a decade of pain and frustration, a rheumatologist finally discovered the real cause of the pains on her ankle and hips. It was lupus. Okay? Women help men first, don't you think? French neurobiologist Catherine Vidal said the so-called nature of women, the representations of them as weak creatures, have long permeated medicine. Women and girls are significantly more likely to suffer from depression than men and boys, according to the World Health Organization. But the WHO said also, kasi again, hormones have been traditionally been blamed from time to time. But the WHO said gender norms that resulted in women having less autonomy while carrying greater social expectation was to blame, as well as the trauma some carry as victims of gender-based harassment and violence. Claire Monnier-Verrier, a cardiologist at the University Hospital of Lille, said another problem was that women feel less concerned about their own health and often put it second to their family or work. This is true. A French survey showed women called an ambulance an average of 15 minutes later than men having a heart attack. A 2019 European Society of Cardiology said studies also found that women call an ambulance for husbands, fathers and brothers with heart attacks symptoms, but never for themselves. So, nagtatawag po sila ng ambulansya para sa mga mahal nila sa buhay, pero hindi para sa kanilang sarili. Yan ang mommy, right? Selfless talaga. We have to stop believing that when a man collapses, he is having a cardiac arrest. But that when it's a woman, it's a fainting spell. Baka buntis daw, alright? Very good. Okay, so now, we have 4 minutes before curtains for today, and I'm still not back on my live and on my desktop. But I want to thank everyone for joining me today. Thank you so much, Angelica Paz. Thank you so much, Cynthia Busa, for always being there. My Lakap family, Tita Agnes Lakap, who always also watches. At kanyang mga chikiting na pamangkin at saka mga apo. Alright? Thank you so much for joining us. And I also would like to personally thank my child for coming over to assist me in my emergency. So on this note, I'd like to welcome people's suggestions, and I'd like to welcome their calls and text messages to suggest certain other topics that you want us to talk about, aside from technology and the news and technology the world over. Please feel free, okay? You may field your questions here at my Facebook Messenger, or you may email me at jbautista@gmail.com. Yan po ang aking Facebook account. For those, my regular students who have missed me, I'm back. So you may book my classes because I'm back. You will see the slots. But thank you so much, okay? So today I'm excited because we're eating fried fish na I like hito. But I wanted my yaya to make sitaw and kalabasa because I want to eat that, pero wala siyang nabilang gata. So, bukas ko na lang daw kainin yung pagmamalengke sila bukas. But anyway, on this happier note, I'd like to thank you guys for joining me today. And at the end of the day, 3 things should remain in our hearts. Okay, there's it's faith, which is pananampalataya, hope, pag-asa, and love, pagmamahal. So please, on this note, please allow me to exit today's show in order to eat my lunch before I have my medicine. Maraming salamat, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Meron pa tayo isang araw for this week ito sa Buhay Online. Thank you for joining me. And I hope you have a good and relaxing weekend ahead of you because I don't see you tomorrow for the show. Okay? Maraming salamat po. And thank you very much. God bless. Enjoy your day. Medyo may init na. Punta ko kayo sa beach. Tara! Tara! Thank you!
Inyong natunghayan at napakinggan ang mga makabagong pamamaraan sa mundo ng online sa pamamagitan pa rin ng Broad Stream Cast Communicators. Hanggang sa muli, maraming salamat po.